Alright guys, it's a little teaser. Listen to this. Hear that crunch? Look at that. BBQ Chicken Pizza. All homemade, using leftovers. Alright, coming up. Okay, how's it going, YouTube? Alright, I'm going to record how I make pizza. I don't know if I've ever made a video actually on how I make a pizza. I know I've done the pepperoni bread and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm using leftovers last night. We had barbecue pulled chicken sandwiches, and I'm using the leftover chicken and the leftover barbecue sauce for tonight's dinner, which is going to be barbecue chicken pizza. So I figured, I know I haven't made you guys barbecue chicken pizza before, so at least I can turn on the camera, and if you hear a lot of noise, it's because the kids are all home from school and it's busy here, right honey? My husband's not even listening to me. Alright, so anyway,
What, baby, talking to me?
Yeah, forget it.
Sorry.
Day late, dollar short, my love. Alright, so I am using Noreen's double batch pizza dough recipe. I will link her video down below. Check her video out. Subscribe to her. Do yourself a favor and subscribe if you're not subscribed to her. She's absolutely, honestly, I love a lot of YouTubers, but Noreen, she's my favorite. I love her recipes, and I make her recipes all the time. So anyway, I'm going to use her recipe, so her video is going to be down below. Anyway, her recipe calls for 3 cups of warm water. We're going to dump that right in. It calls for 2 tablespoons of instant yeast. So we're just going to sprinkle that right in. It calls for 2 tablespoons of sugar, which I always add in with my yeast, and my water. 1, 2. Okay, it also calls for a tablespoon of salt. I'll come over here and grab my salt and sprinkle that in. It also calls for 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So 1, 2, 3. And what I'm also going to add to this is, well, it depends on how garlicky you like it, but I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic. If I had fresh garlic, I would add some of that. We're going to have garlic flavored crust tonight. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of that. Again, just tweak it, add the way you like it. And then to this we are going to add, let me get my cup. We're going to add 7 cups of all-purpose flour. I do not use bread flour for this. I just find that the pizza crust with bread flour gets way too thick and way too dense. I just like a thinner, like more normal pizza crust. So let me go ahead and add 7 in here. Now for me and my flour, it takes 7 cups. You tweak it. I want to say the original recipe called for 6 cups, and then you kind of add in an extra cup if you need it. For me, I do really well with 7 cups, and then I'll add in an extra cup if I need it. So that's it. Now go ahead and add any kind of herbs you want. Sometimes I add basil to it. Sometimes I add rosemary, thyme. Anything you want to make a flavored crust, but tonight we're just going to do garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this. Again, I'm going to blend it till it comes together, and then I'm going to check it to see how sticky it is. I'm going to turn it on a 2. Clean up my mess. while forming. I really smell the garlic. I'm going to stop this, and I'm just going to drop this down so you can maybe see, maybe, I dip you in that bowl. You see how it's still kind of sticking on the bottom? You can, I mean, it's sticking to me, right? So, we definitely need more dough in this, and more flour. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Tackle it in a little bit. There we go. It all depends on your flour, it depends on your flour, on whether or not it's fresh, if it's a little dry, temperature of your kitchen. Bread is just one of those fickle, live, living things. You can see the sides of my bowl are getting much cleaner now. A little bit more. I don't think I'm going to need much more. It's looking good. Now I'm just going to shut it off, and then I'm going to pinch. I'm going to see how it feels. And you can see that my hands are coming out clean. So, yeah, it feels really good. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead, and now I'm going to set my timer. You can do 5 to 7 minutes, depending on what your dough needs. I'm going to do mine for 7. And I'll be back when all this is done. Alright, so, finish up there. Your hands are nice and clean when you do this. You don't want a bunch of stuff in your dough. You can pop this off, scrape it out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm telling you, Noreen's pizza crust, oh, it's so nice. Now, it's just slightly sticky, but that's okay. I'm just going to dip my hands in a little bit of flour. And, are you guys getting this? There we go. So, I'm just going to tuck, there we go, tuck my dough, like so, stretch, and tuck it under. Now this is a double batch, so this will actually make makes like 3 large pizzas or 2 extra large. So it's a lot of dough. You're going to be kind of handling a lot of dough here, and if you're a newbie, it might feel a little overwhelming to you, but there you have it. So what I'm going to do is, in my oil here, I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm just going to kind of switch it around, flip it over, and I basically just want to make sure that my dough ball here is nice and coated in oil. See that? That way it doesn't dry out and all of that. So I take a cloth, And this is going to rise. Now what's great about pizza dough is it doesn't take very long to rise. This is 30 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get out my chicken, my barbecue sauce. I'm going to cut up an onion. And I'm going to preheat my oven to 450 degrees because I like my pizza baked hot so it's crispy. It just makes the dough turn out so good. So anyway, I'm going to put this on top of the oven while my oven warms so that my dough can get some heat off of it. And I will be back in a half hour to show you how I make my pizza. Alright guys, so my bread is done. Bring it over here. And let me take a look and make sure you guys are seeing that okay. Alright, so make sure again that your hands are extremely clean. When you do this, you're going to go ahead and punch your beautiful dough down. Okay. And then roll it. You can flour your surface. Mine usually doesn't need it though. If I find that it does, I'll throw some flour down. Let's see, where am I? That is my dough cutter. Oh, I wonder if it was in the bowl. Alright, I think it's in the bowl. So this is what I do anyway. I'm going to just press this out. And what I'm doing is I'm just making sure all the air pockets are out of my dough. Okay. Then this is okay. Then what I want to do, I'm just going to roll this up. Okay. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to throw one in the back in the bowl. My other one, I'm just going to hand knead a little bit. Again, if you need some flour, put some flour down. My dough is usually really nice at this point. Okay. Alright. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab a pan. Now I bought these at Walmart for $6 a piece. They're crisper pans. So they've got these little holes that allow the heat to come up. What do you want, honey? And it lets the dough a little crispier. Lets it be a little crispier. What, honey? Daddy, will you come get him for me so I can film this? Alright, so when I have my dough ball, and hopefully you guys can see that, that's picking up. Alright, zoom it in a little bit. Okay, so when I have my dough ball here, what I do is I start working, actually like make a little center here, okay? Can you see that? It's almost if you were like making, let's see if you can see that. It's like if you're making like a bread bowl, actually, like. And then what I do from there is I just go ahead and spread my pizza dough out. Now, there might be an easier way. I do what's easy for me, and with my hands the way they are, this is just an easier way for me to kind of press out my dough. Okay, so then to work this around, you can lift it up and you can stretch it and all of that, or you can roll it. Sometimes I'll just take my rolling pin, I'll roll the dough out that way. It all depends on, honestly, how my hands feel and how the weather is in my kitchen. on how I do it. So I'm definitely roll it out. And then what I like to do is I like to go ahead and place it on my pizza pan. Now, if it rips a little, don't worry about it. You can fix it. It's not a big deal. Like that, right there. See that little rip? You guys see that? Let me see if I can flip this. I know what you guys are looking at. See that? All you have to do is press it together and it's fixed, alright? So it's not a big deal. So, what I'll do now is I'll just start pressing this and pulling this up around the pan to make my crust. Just kind of work it. Now, when I first started making homemade pizza crust, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled with it. I had a hard time, you know, pressing it out, making it big, not ripping it to shreds. I don't know how many times I cried because I ruined my pizza. But really, you don't ruin your pizza because all you have to do is just, I mean, now I know, but back then I didn't because I was kind of just trial and error. Now all I would do if I ruined this is just kind of put it back in a ball and re-knead it and start again. But you know, you just want to make sure that you got a nice crust. And again, this will make 3 large pizzas or 2 extra large. These pans are like an extra large. They're pretty good size. And that's it. That's all there is to it, you guys. A whole pizza. Alright, so let's do it again. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to grab my other pan. Go ahead and grab my other dough ball. Okay, I'm just going to knead this. You hear all the, do you hear that squeaking? You can hear that squeaking over my fans. But that's all the air dough that you're kind of pressing out of it, alright? Here's my ball. Alright, and then what I do is just start pressing inside, working it around. And you can do it that way, or you can just go right to rolling it out. Whichever way is easier for you, just pick a way that doesn't leave you frustrated, because this definitely should not be a process that frustrates you. I know it can be, trust me. I'm just preaching to the choir because I can't tell you how many times I've been flustered and stressed out because it's not going right and I can't get it to work right. And I know I'm not alone because I get it a lot from the comment section or people emailing me asking me what they're doing wrong, and they're not doing anything wrong. You just have to get used to it, that's all. It's kind of like one of those trial and error things. So here we are. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start stretching my dough. And what's great about dough is that it's really forgiving. So if you pull it to the side, pull it to fill things in, it will stretch. If you notice you have a little bit too much dough on one side, go ahead and press it back into your center. And then pull it out a little bit more evenly. And I tell you, this is so much better than buying pizza, ordering pizza. Pizza is so expensive now for carry out. It is outrageous. You should actually be ashamed for how much they charge for pizza takeout now. It's like for a family my size, it's like $40. And I can make 2 pizzas for under $5. That's crazy. And I can put whatever toppings I want on it without being charged extra. So, alright, so that's it. Alright. That is the pizza crust. Now, let's decorate this sucker. So I have a little bit of leftover cheese from one bag. I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese down. I'm going to go ahead and open up another bag. What's nice about making your own is if you want an extra cheesy pizza, my golly, you can have an extra cheesy pizza. So, go ahead and just spread out that cheese, break out any clumps. You can freshly grate yours if you want. I just get mine cheaper, buying it grated for me. Alright? So there's that. Then I have leftover chicken from last night's pulled chicken sandwiches. I'm just going to go ahead, pull this over the pizza. Oh, the stuff smells so good too, because I used that seasoning, that chicken seasoning that I got from Noreen that I won in her giveaway. And I also use this applewood spice. I just love. So, there's a bunch of chicken. I'm just going to go ahead and just add a little bit more cheese just to the top. Okay. And then I'm going to open up my homemade barbecue sauce. Now this one is left over from last night's dinner, so I'm going to use this one first. And actually, before I even add that, I'm on this piece. Okay, are we back? I think we're back. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add onion. I chopped up some onion and I'm just pulling it apart into, I like long strips on my pizza. You can add whatever else you want to this. Bacon is phenomenal on this. I don't have any bacon on hand. If I did, it would definitely be going on this. Some more. I love me some onion on my barbecue chicken pizza. Now, on the kids, I will leave the onion off. If you have green pepper is really good on this. You can add anything you want. And just a couple of pieces more. And then we're going to go ahead and add, let's see, make sure you guys are seeing this. Now we're going to just drizzle barbecue sauce on. And we can add a little more. Let's see if I can't lighten this up for you. Okay, there's with the big light on. Maybe you guys can see a little better as I drizzle this sauce on. The lighting in this kitchen is so bad. And you can add as little or as much as you want. Definitely want to make sure everything is covered. And I've got another jar here I keep in my fridge. Pour a little bit more here. Alright. So, once we get that all done, because I absolutely love sweet basil, I'm going to go ahead and lightly just sprinkle the top here with sweet basil. Now, you can oil your sides, your crust. You can add Parmesan cheese and butter. You can add sesame seeds. You can do whatever you want. The sky's the limit. So feel free that every time you make this pizza, you know, use what you have. Try something new, because you never know what you're going to end up loving. So there is my barbecue chicken pizza. So I'm going to set that over here. And that's ready to go in. This pizza is next. And we'll pretty much make it the same way, minus all the onion though, because the kids don't like the onion. Grab some more cheese. Get it the way that you like it. Spread it around, break up any chunks. And we're going to go ahead and just cover it with chicken. A little bit more cheese to the top. And barbecue sauce. My kids like it less saucy than we do, so I won't put as much on theirs. And sprinkle it with a little bit of basil. And there you have it. There's second barbecue chicken pizza. Alright, so I'm going to get these in the oven. And as soon as they're done, I will be back and show you guys what they look like. Alright, by the way guys, I forgot to mention, 425, hopefully I can move out of here, 425 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. I usually switch these around in 10 minutes so that the top one goes on the bottom one goes on the top. That way they just bake evenly, but yeah, about 20-25 minutes. Just keep an eye on them and should be good to go. Alright guys, we'll be back. There's the kids' pizza, and over here is the grown-up one. Well, grown-up and one kid. 3 of us will eat that one. 2 of them will eat that one. The baby will eat either one. But I've got one kid that likes onions, but the other 2 don't. So, there you have it. That is homemade barbecue chicken pizza. using nothing but leftovers from last night. Some cheese, some dough, and there you have it. Super cheap. Super, super cheap. So, and easy, right? Wasn't that hard, right? Oh my gosh. Baby is screaming. Alright, so I'm going to chop up the kids and get ours going, and that's it. Alright, if you guys give this a